there, this is my son, Matthew Buchanan. I'm doing this road trip with him. Hey, Matthew.
Hello.
So, Matthew, we love Hamilton.
Yeah,
You love Hamilton.
I do.
Tell me why Hamilton is important.
Well, it's a really important story. Not just because it's historical, because not a lot of people know about Alexander Hamilton, but because it has a lot of relevance in today's world. You see a lot of parallels in, the world back then with the world today. One of the big parallels is Aaron Burr, and how even though Hamilton was the one who seemed ahead of his time, Aaron Burr inspired a lot of, modern ideas, like modern politics, which was talk less, smile more, which, I think a lot of the audience sees that and starts to, to quote the book that I have about Hamilton, relax in their seats because this looks like contemporary politics that they're familiar with. Another reason it's important is because it shows, a side of history that we don't often see, which is, we've seen the story of Thomas Jefferson, we've seen George Washington, but we haven't seen, as much the story of Alexander Hamilton, the immigrant, the one who came from nothing, came to America, and basically established, the path for many immigrants to follow him, in the years to come. He established that you could drive, and if you worked hard enough, you could be something.
So, Lin-Manuel Miranda made some interesting casting choices. He basically cast against type. The founding fathers were all white. So, tell me about his choices for Hamilton.
Well, I think a big part of Hamilton and its popularity was that it went against a lot of the norms. Rather, hip hop and the founding fathers don't often, they aren't often seen as two things that go together. But even more than that, hip hop and Broadway aren't seen as two things that go together. People have tried for years and years and years to bring them together, and they couldn't. And that's why Hamilton is so special, because it does all these different things, and the casting is no different. Normally, if it was anyone else, they would have cast, basically an all-white cast almost. But as Hamilton, not as Hamilton, as Lin-Manuel Miranda put it, he wanted to show us what America looked like back then through what America looks like today. And what that means is he uses minorities because, America today is diverse. It's not just white people, it's Latino people, it's black people, it's Asian people, it's white people, it's everyone. And so he really wanted to reflect that in the show.
And actually, we're from Houston, which is the most diverse city in the country. So over 160 languages are spoken in Houston every day. So we really kind of live with that every day, and I think we take that for granted, but it's really exciting to see that on the Broadway stage, that something is so just cast against what like you said, what the norm would be. So Lin-Manuel Miranda, when he wrote Hamilton, when he was thinking about it, he went on vacation. He brought that super huge, thick book on Alexander Hamilton, which he says inspired him. So what inspires you about Hamilton? What do you think, what's your takeaway from this?
Well, the story is just, about a guy with incredible drive, and that's, helped me have incredible drive. In my art, in my theater, in my music, I've just kept on pushing. It took me, I started a YouTube channel like a year ago, and I didn't put anything on it until a couple of weeks ago. I was listening to Hamilton, and I decided, all right, let's do it. And so I filmed like 10 skits, and then I finished my play that I was working on, and I just recently finished a song, and it's all about a guy who was, as the show put it, nonstop. The book that I own about Hamilton, there's a great quote, which is, kids will see Hamilton and think to themselves, I can do that. And if they're anything like Hamilton, they'll add, and I can do it better.
I love that. Well, thank you so much. Let's mention that book, and actually your YouTube channel. Let's give you a little plug for that. Right. What is the address for everybody to subscribe?
Skittish Skits.
Skittish Skits.
Capital SKITTISH, lowercase skits.
Awesome. And the book about Hamilton is not Alexander Hamilton, the super thick, long book that Lin-Manuel Miranda read on his vacation, which I think he must be a little bit like Hamilton, reading something like that. But the book about Hamilton, what is the one that you read?
It is here. I have it actually.
Okay. Let's see.
It is Hamilton, the Revolution.
Ah, and this is the story of the making of Hamilton. Is that right?
Yes.
And that was inspiring to you as well.
Oh yeah. Just seeing all the footnotes and all the different, how he wrote this amazing musical was just very inspiring.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And you're an actor, so I'll do another interview from Broadway when we're about to go see Hamilton.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.